Ensign Lex's personal log.
I have arrived aboard the good ship Odysseus. I scarcely know what it is I've gotten myself into. I come here knowing the acting CO of the ship, Lieutenant Commander Halderon Ziegler. As far as I know, he is a good man. He has never led me astray. Upon arriving on the vessel, my shock must have been visual, as I was quickly comforted by my fellow crew members. I introduced myself to them in a way which seemed appropriate for me, but I cannot help but question how I will come across as the chief science officer of this ship. My own insecurities will doubtlessly weigh down upon me for some time, but I am confident I can fulfill this role of this position without problems. This vessel is so incredibly different than anything I have seen before. There's so much to it that I can scarcely comprehend it at this point. I have begun keeping an extensive written log of my findings. At some point, I shall have to digitize some reports so that I can keep a better log of them, but for the time being there is just too much to do. These strange Elixi are truly fascinating creatures. I have begun observing their behaviors and found them to be as much as expected. Even so, as amazing as these creatures are, it is the ship itself which fascinates me so. Lieutenant Commander Ziegler apparently came across a problem with the comm system that they use. They called it a quantum terminal, so I can only begin to imagine the way it functions. It appears this ship has an AI system of some sort which is in control of it, or at least that is my initial hypothesis. The Elixi used our escape pod's comm systems as a point of origin in order to relay a message across to the fleet from the lieutenant commander. It was an utterly fascinating process, and I will be sure to figure out exactly how it works. The AI that I mentioned earlier did suggest something about subspace communication being primitive. Imagine, if these creatures faced the singularity and came out on top of it, what marvels they could bestow upon us. Observation shall be key here. We must observe this vessel so that we can learn from it. There are so many problems which we now face, and with such a young crew. Times aboard the Odysseus will one day be those of legend.
End personal log. Thank you for listening. If you enjoyed this narration, please remember to like, share, and subscribe. Comments are always welcome, and complete credits can be found in the description below. Once again, thank you for listening, and please stay tuned for the next episode of the Starship Odysseus.